So you're slowly moving to an era where a subscription-based model is a far more future-ready model. If you look at, let's say we were discussing in some forum today morning, is for example, if you want to look at some analytics model, a data analytics model, it is pre-embedded in some of the cloud technologies today. So if you want to do an experiment on data analytics model, it is available in today's context anyway. So you want to look at service providers, how are they future ready for you? This is a very interesting slide. This slide is a basis of how would you want to select a service provider. Where does your service provider, at what maturity curve is he at? So from a maturity curve perspective, what is the direction that he's taking? Does he have a service-oriented approach, or does he have a silo-related or a component-based approach? Very critical. Because if you have a component-based approach or a siloed-based approach, it is difficult for him or the organization to be able to orchestrate a digital transformation story. You need to be able to move up the value chain to be able to offer your services aligned to the end customer. Have we reached, from a SEFI perspective, have we reached this whole end journey? The answer is no. But we have started from somewhere here, and we are probably right at the middle stage. We are right now at the middle stage. We are there at the service enabler stage. That's the journey that we have already reached. And we want to ensure that we are able to embrace our current capabilities and drive this whole journey. This is where what we have tried to look at it as an organization. How do we look at the current trends and what's the investments that we are doing? So I'll just touch upon some key things. Productization of services, extremely critical. Any service that we have looked at the trend that people are wanting to consume services as a product. A lot of our things are being sold as a catalog. So you look at us, we engage with you, and it's a catalog-based service. People are looking at utility-based models, and that's where the relevance of a service provider like us is coming in. I'll give a very simple example. There was this government department which does a recruitment at a mass level, and they had this traditional model of a pen and paper examination, and 100,000 people. Actually, the number was far greater, about 30-40 lakhs people appearing in these examinations. Traditional model, pen and paper, chances of leakages. You have the coaching class lobby and all of that. Government, as part of the Digital India initiative, wanted us to propose a model that can you try and make this full thing digital. So we were able to scale up and provide this whole mechanism in a business aligned model. So the question papers were hosted out of our data centers. If a candidate wanted to log in and see whether he's eligible for that examination, he could log into a certain portal. He could upload his documents on the portal and receive his admit card. Entire life cycle of that entrance examination, from the time of onboarding the candidate to his results, was basically a process which was a digital process, and our billing mechanism to the end customer was per candidate basis. So the end user organization did not have to bother about data center. They did not have to bother about the servers. They didn't have to bother about connectivity between these 400 odd locations where these exams were being held. It's a complete outcome driven model. So as part of change agents, that's the direction the industry is moving to, and those are the investments that we are trying to make to ensure that we are able to help in your overall transformation journey. So this is the continuum from an IT perspective, that how do you look at technology adoption and procurement needs? Procurement needs today are purely service aligned. So in the good old days, procurement was like build a lot of things. In today's day and concept, more from a digital innovator perspective. So there could be regulatory constraints, those may be treated separately. But as far as engaging in a digitally aligned, from an innovation perspective, it's all, so there is procurement models which are changing. There are multiple examples. I gave you example of what we are doing in the education area. There are examples that we have in utilities area. There are examples that we are doing something in the healthcare area and few other areas which we can engage. So specifically in this current context, I'm trying to sum up, this probably is the last and final slide. So from a summary perspective, this entire innovation, entire change management, entire transformation starts with you, the CIO. And these are some changes that we need to embrace as the sort of maybe the chief change officer or the chief transformation officer internally, that these are some of the changes that we need to embrace for us to be more successful in this digital era, where the lifespan of a Fortune 500 company is likely to shrink to 12 years. So this is a message that I'd like to give. And as SIFI, we are engaging in multiple dimensions. Happy to engage with you after this session on a maybe on a one-on basis or maybe at a group level. We've sort of embraced all of that, and we are engaging with customers on a more business outcome basis conversation. Thank you.